Hello, welcome back. This is Louise from Designs by Lou W. We're on part 4, which is the final part of doing this journal without using any digital papers. So if you've been following along, you'll see that we painted an envelope and put that together to make that a cover, and then put signatures together by using painted paper and stamped and stencil paper and coffee dyed paper, tea dyed paper. So I've got a couple of little bits to stick in and then do a flip through. So I get straight on to these bits here. I've stamped some bits of cotton fabric so I can just add that on, and that'll be that page finished. It just means somebody can do what they want to that page. I'm just using Fabri-Tac for this. Hopefully it doesn't go through. Just smush it on. There you go, that's that. And on this one I've got a little butterfly that I stamped on the fabric. Just do the same thing. Just put that on the bottom here. Most of them will be like that. This one's piece of fabric as well. The word journal on it. Right, next one. This is already writing paper, so just add in journal just reinforces that for them. Next one. This one's a butterfly. Not many to go. And it's been quite interesting, this journey with without using digitals. It's not really something I've done before. I've just went straight into using digitals. But I'm surprised at how much I had in my house, how much I'd collected to use. And there's plenty more. So it just shows you don't have to go buying everything, because there's loads you can use. Let's put this at the bottom as well. I mean, look at, for instance, this page. This is plain copy paper and it's just been dipped in different colours of paint. I just make that. That's the last one. That just stops the glue from bleeding through. Although I have got it all over my finger now. Let's put the lid on that. Right, now let's do the flip through. I'll just get some more glue off my finger. Right, so this is the front. You've probably seen the front a few times. I've done another ruffle and put it down the spine. and that hides anything. I made a little, whatever you call them things, and a dangle. Made that. And just used a little bulb pin to stick it on. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. There's nothing on the back, it's just the same paint that's on there. Right. On the first page we have the fabric pocket with some bits added on, and a little envelope that I made with book pages and fabric, and just put a little card inside. And that's literally just cardstock. Stuck some things on to make a closure. A little stamp and some bits. That's that. That's the stamping and painting. This is just a napkin stuck on, sewed down, backed on some paper, some stenciling, some of the vellum. It's got designs on it, painted a little bit. Fabric pocket with tag that we made, and a little book that I made. If I can get it open. Just some spots for writing. That's it, just stamped paper and some bits of card. This was from a card kit I got. It was just the one square, and I just folded it in half and chopped off the corners. That's all that was. That's napkin as well, just on that, sewn around it. That was a piece of cardstock, just made it into a little card for writing on. Done some die cutting and stamping. Colouring in paper. Cardstock, that's all that is. Stamping and some more stamping. Little bits of flowers, pull out flowers from a card kit. That's just one of those revision cards, that's all that is. I just wrote notes on it and journal. It's in the back pocket. And that's one of the other tags we made with wallpaper. That's wallpaper printed on cotton and coffee dyed paper, tab and some little bitties, fabric and a piece of that. Same thing, a tuck spot with fabric, bits of card, some artwork, just sewn around, music paper. Same again. I made this one recently, you never saw me make this one. I've got a little die cut that's new in the shop actually, and it makes these little tiny bees. I've got a yellow one to show you. That's how small it is. Cute. And in the pack comes, I think this is a wasp. I called it a wasp anyway. So you get the 2-pack of those dies, and you can cut as many as you want in whatever colours you want. They are gorgeous. I've used them throughout. So for this one I've just used plain white card, book pages. I gessoed over the whole lot. I stamped on those 2 flowers and leaves. Well, I drew in the leaves. I just coloured it with watercolour paint and then just outlined some of it, sewn around it, put a tab on it. That was it. Backed it on some coffee dyed paper. And that's just like the other one that we made. And the pocket is from toilet roll holder, just flattened it out, sewn around it, collage, that's all that is. So this is an envelope that I just folded in half, stuck that down, made that a little writing spot, bit of design here and there, and another one of those tags in that pocket, and a little die cut there. Just a few words and just something to decorate the page, corner tuck, and I made these cards, journal cards, from the same wallpaper. Just added a bit of lace, a bit of paper, fabric and card, and backed it on a revision card and sewed round it. Just a bit of decoration on there. These are little leaves that I die cut a long time ago. I done a watercolour page on watercolour paper and then just die cut a load of things, and that was left over. So the die cuts come in handy. Another journal card, doing the same thing, stenciling, and that's the watercolour on the paper, watercolour paper. That's from a colouring book. Again, this was the top of a die cut, this bit, and I just ran a line down the bottom. Right, I'm going to have to speed up because my camera's telling me that I'm running out. Envelope, book pages, centre envelope with some cardstock in it, and a little closure, tag in there, a tag in there, cardstock stenciling, same again, another little leaf that I die cut, same again, some die cut, the end of the colouring in. This is an envelope in half. I've just made a pocket on the front and seems to have stuck the thing inside. Yeah, I'm going to rip that whole thing. Oh, I got it. Card that was stuck is now unstuck. And two little cards inside. Just put the word journal on it. Another tag, just a piece of cardstock. Folded over to look like a little book. Some more die cuts, another journaling card, bit of stencil. Same again, pocket journaling card. Pocket, it's not pocket, that's a corner tuck thing. This has just got, this was a card from a card kit. I just turned it around, put some die cuts on it and just sewed it right through the middle. And that's just where I had a little butterfly stamp, just stamping out, and that was what was left. Just put that in there. Just used everything up. Music paper, a journal page, another journal page, a corner tuck thing, and some cardstock as a journaling card. Journal page, colouring in, painted paper with the little fabric butterfly that we just put on. Same again, this was a card and I just put the paper in it and then just sewed right down the middle. Put the word journal on it. It's more the vellum, that's the other side of the vellum. The journal page. And that's the end of that one. We're on to the next one, because there's two signatures in this. Just a bit of, I was going to say decoupage, but it's, oh, I can't even remember what it's called now. But anyway, that's got some paint on it, some bits. This is another envelope. I just had a little print that I just painted it on. We've done that in the very beginning. and it's got 2 little cards in it. See that? Yeah. And just a bit of stuff on it. Another card. That's more stenciling, vellum. Another little tuck with a card. Says have a lovely day. Some glue. Some nice stenciling at the back. Another little pocket tuck thing. Another one of them. Colouring in paper, music paper. And I've done a little flip up thing. I just put some ribbon on the top of half of one of those cards that I had. And just, I was playing around with stamps that I got, and I just made the word love and put it on there. Some little die cuts and little pop-outs, just made it look like a stem. Stenciling, this is just a fabric pocket, plain and simple. 2 little cards, bit of cardstock, another bit of cardstock sewn round with journal on the bottom, and 2 little bees, can you see them there? 2 gorgeous little bees and some fake lace from the card kit. I made a belly band from just a piece of white card, put a stamp on it and done a bit of colouring, blending, piece of cardstock, just done some stenciling behind and added a couple of those little cutouts from the card kit. Another journal page, this is a little book, and a paper clip. Journal page. This is another envelope. I have, what have I done with this one? I've folded it over. There's some space in the side there, but this one's too big for it. But it's a little hidden space that you can put something in. I've made another one of those tags. Put a bit of collage, as it's called, collage on it. Stuck a bird on it, stenciling. Same again, a bit of stenciling that didn't really work out very well because I forgot to put something underneath. This is some wallpaper, another little cutout thing. 2 more cards, tags, sorry. The other part of the colouring in book. 2 more tags with the other half of that paper that was on the flip up thing. And there's the wasp that I put on that one. Coloured page with the butterfly. Another envelope. I have a card in the back, a card in the middle, and a flap over, so it's got a little card in there, and there's actually a space in that one, so you could put something in that one. A little bee stamping and some stamped paper stuck on. Another journaling card from cardstock. That's cardstock, and that's the piece of paper that I was playing around with in my stamps. I just coloured it and stuck it on. Nice little pocket. This is the middle section where I've put a journaling card with a little bumblebee. Put a little closure, just a little circle. And I've put another envelope over the top of that to make it a flip. I've put a little coloured, you can't see that, a little coloured bumblebee, some stamping and some little cut out things. And I put a couple of cards in this just to weigh it down. There we go, that keeps that down. On this one, that's another envelope where you open it up, and then I don't think that's an envelope. That's, I think it was Shabby Dabby Doo that showed me how to do that. So It's paper folded, tucked in. It's a bit like an upside down envelope. That's what it's like. I've got a card in there, a tag in there, a little card in that one. I don't think I've left any other. Yeah, I have. I've left that open at the top, so you can put one in there if you want. Just a bit of collage on there. This one, made a little journaling card with the bee. And this is an envelope. I have stuck it on at the top, stenciled underneath, and left this part open so it could be like a tuck. This is a fabric envelope again. A fabric pocket with a little book in it. I've got glue all over my hands still, and just some pages to make a little book. That's just cardstock. That's more colouring paper. The tuck spot with a little piece of art that just added some bits on, journaling, stamping, coloured paper, watercoloured, we've watercoloured it. Bits journaling space, more journaling space, an envelope where I have stuck it on that way. It's under the flap is under there. I've glued it on and left it open this side, so you've got a card that's been collaged on. I've got a little tab to pull out and then open it up, and I've got a little tab thing that I've printed it out onto cardstock and just made a little kind of flippy out journaling spot. Just turn that over. Another corner tuck thing with another journaling card, so upside down. There you go, that way. That's just a butterfly that I found. Another journaling card, stenciling pocket, music paper again, and music paper and a long tuck spot, a big card that I made, some ribbon, colouring in paper, stenciling, another envelope that I made with book pages. It's got a little card inside, a little closure, and just a bit of collage on the front, and just clipped onto this page. Stenciling, vellum, stenciling. And this is just a pocket. This was a half of an envelope, and I've just stuck this little painted lady on it. I'll let you see her. She's gorgeous. And stenciled the back, no, stamped the back actually, and put 2 of the tags in that we made. Put that in there. Made a little belly band for the back page. There's a little bumblebee again, a little butterfly, and another envelope from book pages. It's just got a little piece of paper that says journal, somewhere to write, and a little closure, and I've just popped it in there. And the last page. And on the back page it's just the fabric collaged pocket with a journal card that I had painted on watercolour paper. Just made a tab sewn around it. And that's it. That is it. So that's the size of it. And this is just fabric. This is a sample from a shop that I put on it. So that's it. And I'll be putting this in my shop. It might be in the shop by the time this video goes out, so anybody can buy it. I'll have to hang that back on. So thank you very much for watching, and see you soon. Bye.